Hi, everyone, and welcome to SBCA's Member Connection. I am Abby Langenberg, Director of Business Development, and this is going to be where we dive into the value of SBCA membership and the people who help shape our industry. Today, we're joined by Molly Butts to talk about something every component manufacturer should know about and also attend quality boot camps.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me today, Abby.
Absolutely. So let's just dive right in. What are quality boot camps?
That is a great question. So SBCA has put together a 2-day multifunctional curriculum on quality control and quality assurance, two very different but similar things. And they are a combination of classroom training and then also hands-on training and small group work in order to really bring all of the different concepts of component manufacturing, quality control, and quality assurance to life.
Who were these boot camps designed for specifically?
We really do have material in the boot camps that is valuable for a variety of people from a component manufacturing plant to attend. So, obviously we want all of your QC inspectors to come, or your QC team, QC inspectors, managers, all of that. But we also have a lot of information that I think some of the upper level management would find interesting and valuable to get their arms around. We've had lots of different folks attend these. We've had production managers, we've had truss design technicians come. We've had a lot of different folks attend and walk away with a lot of value because of the scope of information that we're covering.
Can you walk us through what a typical boot camp looks like and what the participants actually do while they're attending?
So the goal is, because these are regionalized, it's easy for the people that live in a particular area to drive into the actual boot camp. So they don't have to spend too much time away from the office, just the full 2 days basically. And then about 1:00, we start with introductions, and we actually have been having folks form small companies. Maybe I shouldn't give away all the details, but they form little companies and then work together in teams throughout the course of the boot camp with their fake company. We've had some really fun logos get designed, actually. But we do a lot of classroom training on that first day. A little bit of small group work, but classroom training. We talk about the difference between quality control and quality assurance. We talk about where quality falls into the model building codes and how our industry is affected by all of that information. Of course, we do a very deep dive into the ANSI TPI 1 document, specifically Chapter 3, which is, of course, the quality chapter that pertains to what we're talking about. But there's just a lot more of sort of that foundational and technical information that goes into what makes quality control, and then explaining the difference between that and quality assurance, which is that audit that you're going to have that surrounds your quality management program to make sure everything is really working the way that you expect it to be and the way that you've outlined that you want it to be as well.
Yeah, I think you touched on it a little bit, but what makes these boot camps different from maybe other training that they're going to get or in-house training?
So that's a really great question. I think the second day is really what brings it to life, because we do primarily all hands-on training. We are bringing actual pieces of trusses. We had several manufacturers make us full-size trusses and then cut them up into somewhat manageable chunks so that we could walk through the quality control processes. In some cases, we're going back to sort of what we would say the old school way of using vellum paper and paper checklists to really dive into the nitty-gritty of what a quality inspection would look like, and then how all of that information that we talked about the day before is playing into that inspection process. So you see a lot of light bulbs when you're walking around the room as people are asking questions, saying like, wow, I didn't realize we would have had to do this, because of course now SBCA has our digital QC program, which makes all of that super easy for everyone to get their hands on. And now they really get an understanding of what that application is doing.
What types of improvements have companies seen after sending their teams to quality boot camps? What can they expect from those teams when they get them back?
We really encourage folks to go back and have a sit down immediately with the team that's working on quality control. And that starts at the top and comes down to the folks that are doing the actual inspections. and look at the overall quality management program that they have, because there are a lot of pieces that go into that. It's not just about using SBCA's digital QC or about having a third party come in and audit. It's all of that and so much more. It's about things like managing how you're going to store and keep your data and for how long you want to do that. It's about understanding the building codes and how your trust design technicians are designing. And then, the quality starts well before you're ever actually making a truss. And so I think that a couple of the big things are people going back and really looking at their quality manuals and making additions, corrections, whatever they need to make sure that that's a robust document that becomes a roadmap for them for the rest of it. Because then, you don't know where you're going if you don't have the map, right? And so we really encourage folks to go back and start with that roadmap. I think a lot of people have found that there are places that they've really been able to beef up what they're doing as a result of it.
So would you say that's a really common aha moment that you see that's one of those big takeaways from the boot camps?
Yeah, I think really understanding what needs to go into that roadmap, into that QC manual is eye-opening for folks, maybe realizing that there are some places that they don't have all the information that they need. But we have a couple other things that people have regularly told us. One is just the intricacy of what the SBCA Digital QC app is actually doing when they see the paper form and all of the tiny little lines that they need to fill out to make sure they have all of the information they need. And the other are just a couple of actual takeaways from the Digital QC app. Now, I want to be clear. We do plenty of hands-on training with that, but that is not the only focus of the entire week, a couple of days. We want to make sure that people have a big scope of everything. So if you're not using the SBCA Digital QC program, you're still going to walk away with tons of information. But a couple of things that people learn are, and this is great for everyone to understand, every now and then your internet's down. It just happens. My internet goes down at my house. I've had staff reach out, oh, my internet's down today. You can still perform inspections with the Digital QC app, even if you don't have an internet connection. And that's huge for folks to understand. Also, we all know things get misplaced. Sometimes they get damaged or broken, or there's just a problem like, oh, I can't find the tablet that I need to do the actual inspection. You can take a picture with any device and upload it to the software on your computer and go through the inspection that way once you have all the information written down. So that's another eye-opening thing for, I think, especially managers walking in and saying, okay, so basically, even if the tablet's missing or broken or there's some other upgrade that needs to happen that we have to wait on, this can still be happening in our plans. And I think that that's a positive step forward for a lot of them too, to know the show must go on, right?
If someone is unsure about the investment of time and money in quality boot camps, what would you say to them to kind of help them get over the fence, to get on the side of quality boot camps?
Well, that brings up one of my favorite points about them, which is that aside from your time away from the office and potentially needing to have a hotel room for one night and maybe a meal or two, they're free. You can come for free. You can send as many people from your plant as you want, and they are absolutely free. And the amount of information, the density of the information in them is so much that it feels like a 2, 3, 4 day sort of session. So they're walking away with a lot of value in a really compact amount of time. And I think it also, in that same way, opens up the door because we're in front of them, right? One of us, Greg or I, is standing in front of them, teaching them, telling them, please call us, please rely on SBCA as your resource. That's the whole point of being a member of a trade association. We are here to serve our members, and we absolutely want to be that starting place when you have questions, concerns, anything related to either quality control or quality assurance. And I think being able to build those face-to-face relationships makes it so much easier for someone to pick up the phone and say, hey, I need help with this, or hey, can you get on a call with me quick and show me what's going on here? I'm not sure, or I have a question about something. So I really appreciate being able to, again, just take that time, build the relationship, and make sure everyone feels comfortable with calling SBCA, calling me, calling Greg, calling Shannon, our software specialist, and making sure that they have all of the care and help that they need to make it really happen.
Thank you so much, Molly. And I think we've all learned a lot about quality boot camps, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. I hope if anybody has questions, you can feel free to reach out to me and talk to me directly. I'm happy to talk with anyone about what to expect and hopefully get a bunch of people coming to the next few. We have quite a few planned for 2026 and still a couple more in 2025 yet.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Molly, and
Thank you.
we hope to see you guys next time.
Sounds great. Thanks, Abby.